Let's check in with Michelle Ownbey from the Springfield Business Journal about the latest happenings in and around the Springfield business community. Michelle, thanks for taking time with us. How you doing out there?
Good morning, Greg. Doing well?
Good to hear. It was just overcast skies here a moment ago, and then all of a sudden, right when I went to commercial break, the skies opened up and we had a deluge. But now it seems to have cleared back up a little bit. Still overcast skies, so hopefully down where you're at in downtown Springfield, you're staying somewhat dry. But let's get to it with the latest business happenings. We've got Grab a Java. They're opening up another location. Tell us where people are going to be able to get a delicious cup of joe.
Yes, so if this is the day that, you don't want to get out of your car, the new Grab a Java is now officially open over there on Chatham and Monroe. I talked with Bill Liggy yesterday. He said they opened on Saturday and they didn't tell anybody. They wanted to make sure that they worked out all the kinks because even though it's their third location, it was actually the first opening for him. He and his wife Vicki purchased that business in 2018 from Meg and Pete Lazaire, and have been carrying on the tradition, including the banners. In fact, the new location has 6 exterior panels that feature some of Pete's artwork. You may remember they put out a coffee table book of his artwork shortly after his death to pay tribute to him, and so Bill's kept that tradition alive. But he's hoping to use this new store as a prototype for future expansion, but says that he's going to kind of give it about a year and wait and see how this goes. Everything's still a little wacky with property prices and interest rates, and we're still seeing some COVID fallout and all that in people's spending habits and patterns. So he's just going to try to focus on ramping up the 3 stores that he's got, and then eventually looking to expand maybe a little further south.
Yeah, it really is kind of an awkward moment where you've got interest rates a certain way. Are they going to continue to go up? We're going to see some stabilization. You got inflation. You've got the housing and the commercial property market that's being impacted by all of these factors. So, yeah, it's always good to see, though, businesses taking those risks and testing things out, because it's those entrepreneurs that bring us what we love each and every day, including that cup of joe. So good to hear about Grab a Java. Let's talk now about a new home goods store. That's actually Tuesday morning. What is this? They're closing?
Yeah, well, actually, it is a home goods store, but unfortunately, this one is going away. So it's not a new thing. We're still seeing some COVID fallout, especially from these national retailers. A couple weeks ago, Bed Bath & Beyond announced significant nationwide closures, including the Springfield location. Now Tuesday morning's done the same. This is actually their second bankruptcy filing in 3 years. They initially filed in 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, and they had reduced their number of stores as part of a reorganizational bankruptcy. But now they're closing another 260-odd stores, including Springfield and most of the ones in central Illinois. So they're still trying to make a go of it, but they are going to be down significantly. Waiting for the court to give final approval to their bankruptcy plans, but the one there in the Town and Country Shopping Center on MacArthur is scheduled to close, along with Peoria and Champaign.
Michelle Ownbey with us from the Springfield Business Journal, giving us all of the latest we need to know about things that are opening, things that are closing, and other trends within the Springfield business community. Before we get to this next item, Michelle, tell us how we can get our hands on the Springfield Business Journal.
Well, if you get online at springfieldbusinessjournal.com, you can sign up for Biz Bites. That's our weekly newsletter, and it's free of charge. Comes out every Wednesday afternoon, so there's still time to get this week's edition. And, of course, you can also sign up to get the print edition sent directly to your home or office.
All right, let's talk now about planning, something that businesses have to do, and even in your own home, you have to plan ahead if you're wanting to make a big purchase. But what about city planning? What about making sure that things are lined up and they've got an idea of what to expect for the years ahead? Tell us about the master plan for the city of Springfield and how that is meant to draw in more of the medical district and make that a larger part of what's going on here.
Yes, there's a new initiative underway, and I know sometimes people's eyes kind of glaze over when they hear planning and they think, oh my gosh, why do we need to spend more money on a plan that's just going to sit on a shelf? But as you said, it's really so important to be strategic about these things because let's face it, you can drive down several significant corridors in our city, MacArthur Boulevard, for example, and you can see what happens when you do not have a strategic plan for how an area is going to develop. And so right now there's an effort underway. It's not just the city, but they've also partnered with the Springfield Sangamon Growth Alliance, Downtown Springfield, the Community Foundation, and the Mid-Illinois Medical District. And so they're looking at how to better connect the downtown area to the Med District because we've looked at both of those areas individually, but let's face it, they are adjacent. You've got TIF districts for both of those. You've got some of your largest employers with the hospitals and SIU School of Medicine there in the Med District. And then downtown, just a few blocks away, we're constantly hearing about how we need more traffic downtown, more residents downtown. So this effort is to look at how to tie it all together. And of course, there's a lot of public engagement. You don't necessarily have to be a resident of either downtown or the Med District to participate. They're really looking for feedback from the community as a whole. What are your thoughts about these areas? What would make you more likely to visit these areas? What do you think these areas need? So there's an online questionnaire that just went live, and then they're also going to be doing a series of community meetings, which they've already started with, property owners, developers, community stakeholders, all that good stuff. So excited to see what the recommendations are.
As we are. So we'll keep an eye on all of that and more with Michelle Ownbey, the Springfield Business Journal, and greatly appreciate you taking the time. We'll talk again soon, all right?
All right. Thanks, Greg.
It is Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk, and